Long ago, in a village nestled between high mountains, there lived a kind man named Minho. He lived with his young son, Bokdol, and his elderly mother, Sunny. Those were hard times. The rains did not come, and the rice jars were almost empty. Everyone in the village was hungry. In those days, there was a sad and shadow-filled custom. When parents grew too old to work, their children would carry them deep into the mountains on a wooden A-frame, called a Jige, and leave them there. Minho's heart was heavy because the village elders said it was time for Sunny to go. One chilly morning, Minho prepared the Jige. Little Bokdal watched his father with wide, curious eyes. "Where are we going, father?" the boy asked. Minho couldn't find the words to answer. He simply helped his mother, Sunny, sit onto the wooden frame. Minho began the long walk up the steep mountain path. The Jige felt heavier with every step, not because of his mother's weight, but because of the sadness in his soul. Bokdal followed closely behind, stepping over roots and rocks. As they climbed higher into the forest, Sunny reached out her frail hands. She began breaking small pine branches and dropping them along the path. Snap, drop, snap, drop. Bokdal watched her silently, wondering what his grandmother was doing. Eventually, Minho stopped to rest. He saw the trail of broken branches behind them. "Mother, why are you breaking these twigs?" he asked. Sunny smiled softly and stroked his cheek. "I am leaving a trail, my son," she whispered. "I don't want you or Bokdal to lose your way when you return home without me." Minho's eyes filled with tears. Even now, his mother was only thinking of his safety. They reached a quiet, flat spot deep in the woods. Slowly and sadly, Minho helped Sunny down and placed the Jige on the ground. "It is time," he whispered, his voice trembling. Minho turned to Bokdal and said, "Let's go home now, son. We must leave the Jige here." He began to walk away, his shoulders slumped with grief. He couldn't bear to look back at his mother sitting alone under the big pine tree. But Bokdal did not follow. Instead, he walked over and began to pick up the heavy wooden Jige. "Father," he called out, "we cannot leave this behind. I must take it home and keep it safe." Minho stopped and looked back, confused. "Why do you need that old thing?" Bokdal looked straight into his father's eyes. "I need to save it for later," the boy said innocently. "When you grow old and tired, father, I will need this very same Jige to carry you up here to the mountain." The words hit Minho like a bolt of lightning. He realized that he was showing his son how to abandon him one day. He rushed back to his mother and knelt at her feet. "Forgive me, mother," he cried. "I cannot leave you. We will find a way to eat together." They returned home as a family, guided by the trail of twigs Sunny had dropped. When the king heard the story of the wise boy and the devoted son, he was so moved that he ended the cruel custom forever. From that day on, the Jige was no longer a tool of parting, but a symbol of the love that binds families together.